Hello, welcome to week 3 of Porygon's Entropy Dimension. This week we're playing Alphabet Cup, and I just gotta say I really like this art. It's by Smogon user I Make No Sense. It is so cute, and I will link the thread for Alphabet Cup in the description if you want to learn more about the format, and it'll have artist links as well. Anyways, Alphabet Cup is a really fun metagame. It's kind of similar to Stat-Mons in a way, where it increases Pokemon's move pools in a way that's pretty easy to understand. It's a little bit more obtuse, but it's still really fun, and I'm going to do a quick format breakdown so you can understand what's going on. Alright, so in Alphabet Cup, every Pokemon gets access to every move which they share a first letter with. So I have a couple of examples to show you how this works. In this case, I have a Landorus here. Welcome back, Landorus. Landorus gets access to every move that starts with the letter L, because Landorus starts with the letter L. So that includes things like Leaf Blade, Lava Plume, Liquidation, any move that is legal in a National Dex setting. So in NatDex, I guess NatDex AG, you can use it. There are some bans, of course, which we'll talk about later, and the move Last Respects is blanket banned across the entire league, so there will be no Last Respect shenanigans, but at the very least, every move you see here that isn't a Z move, because Z moves are also banned, but that isn't a Z move, isn't Last Respects, or isn't one of those bans, Landorus now gets access to. Now, how about with evolutions? Well, here's another example. I have Mega Lopunny on my team, but regular Lopunny works just as well, and because it evolves from Baniri, Lopunny gets access to every move that starts with L, as well as every move that starts with B, because of Baniri. So that includes moves like Barb Barrage, Bulk Up, Bitter Blade, Bitter Malice, I guess, I don't know. There are some bans, like Bolt Beak is obviously not going to happen. But you have this, and in combination you have moves like Liquidation and Leaf Blade that start with L. So, in short, if you have a good starting letter, you can get some pretty good moves out of this. Now, to keep the format somewhat balanced, there are some bans. And in this case, it's just a lot of moves that are blanket very strong. So, moves like Astral Barrage, Double Iron Bash, Bolt Beak, Glacial Lance, stuff like that, those are all banned. There are also some annoying status moves like Spore, Glare for some reason, Clangorous Soul can be pretty annoying, Belly Drum is a big one, Geomancy, Salt Cure is almost a status move. So just a lot of bans, and then some things like the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee partner moves. Z moves, of course, are just blanket banned, so we won't have to talk about that as is Last Respects. However, you may notice a move that is suspiciously missing from this ban list, and that is Quiver Dance. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the team breakdown, but that is not a mistake, and it is something that, spoilers, I take full advantage of in my team this week. Let's get into the team preview that I have. Alright, quick team breakdown, and my opponent's team will be on the side as always. So, I'm starting with Tapu Fini here. Tapu Fini, I liked it as a defensive check to Samurott, also can help with Great Tusk, a little bit of Jirachi as well. And with the Kepia Berry, I can use it to revenge kill Iron Moth, use it as a bit of a lure, and kill it with Surf. Torch Song is a really nice move to have on it because it gives it a little bit of setup threat. If I'm able to get it in on, say, a Jirachi or a Samurott, I have a pretty safe Torch Song here. And then Thunderclap is nice for some priority in case I get low and I want to use Tapu Fini to get a bit of a last hit off or to catch another Mon by surprise. Rotom here is part of the defensive core. I figured it was nice to help me take on most Tapu Koko sets. Helps a little bit with Torn as well. And especially defensive just felt natural to me here. Recover is a really nice move for Rotom because it gives it a little bit more longevity compared to what it usually has, and then I went with Rapid Spin over Default as a hazard removal option because I think having Rapid Spin in general is better if you can swing it because you're not removing your opponent's hazards and you're able to more effectively hazard stack onto them as a result. Lopunny is here, and I ended up going with a Bulk Up set because I figured Bulk Up would be fun. Gets that from Baniri, so Bulk Up is cool, and Bitter Blade is also cool. Gives me a super effective move into Jirachi, as well as a little bit of recovery, and then just Dual Stab to help break through my opponent's team. Lopunny is naturally faster, and although priority could be helpful, I ultimately decided to just go with some really strong hits and use Lopunny as more of a late game or mid game, win con. Ferrothorn here is mostly the same as you would expect, but Flip Turn is a really cool addition to it because it's pivoting. Being able to pivot with Ferrothorn brings a whole new dimension to it and gives it the ability to function a little bit better on a more offensive squad such as mine, or at least what I'm bringing this time. I ended up going with Spike Set, of course, synergizes with the Rapid Spin on Rotom, and Power Whip and Leech Seed are just nice options to have. Power Whip for a strong hit, and Leech Seed for maybe some recovery. Latias here is a calm mindset. Lumina Crash felt like the best stab here because I'm able to break through just about anything that doesn't immune Lumina Crash, so mainly Hisuian Samurott. Alluring Voice helps cover for that, and then Lunar Blessing is a cool idea because it gives Latias not only some recovery, but if they try to status it with a Toxic or maybe a Paralysis, I'm able to deal with that and proceed to outspeed the majority of their team on the following turns. Lastly, I have the Cook set of the week. This is Quiver Dance Overqwil. So Quiver Dance isn't banned because there's not a whole lot of Pokemon that start with Q, and Overqwil, evolving from Quillfish, does get Quiver Dance as a result. So Quiver Dance is allowed, and I am making full use of it here. Even though Overqwil only has a base 65 special attack stat, that is more than enough to be able to KO my opponent's team with 1 or 2 boosts. Origin Pulse is really cool for it to get as well, because at +1, it is a guaranteed KO on Great Tusk unless it is Assault Vest or it has significant specially defensive investment. Otherwise, Dual Stab is just good into my opponent's team in general. Dark Pulse hits Jirachi, Sludge Wave hits Tapu Koko, and it's just the main move I want to go for in most other cases. But really, the combination of Quiver Dance plus Origin Pulse here is what makes Overqwil here shine, in my opinion. I couldn't really think of a good item for it, so I ended up going with a Lumberry because I thought Lumberry would be fun, and it would help me in the event that they have like a Thunder Waving Jirachi or something to that effect. So that's my team for week 3. Let's get into the battle and see how we do. Okay, welcome to week 3. We're playing Alphabet Cup, and I have a Quillfish, or an Overqwil with Quiver Dance. I'm doing what we in the business call some heat. So hopefully this will be pretty fun. I am looking forward to it. Just looking at my opponent's team, they have some pretty big hitters here. In particular, Tapu Koko is a mon that scares me a lot. Hisuian Samurott has a lot of potential, and don't get me started on that Tornadus. So, I do have some counterplay though. I think I'm going to start with Ferrothorn here, because it has the best matchup. Now, Tapu Koko could have Thunderous Kick. If that is the case, I am able to pivot out, but my switch into it isn't very good. However, because I'm Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet, I can get a lot of chip off if they do that. So they could also be special though with Torch Song. So I'm gonna switch to Rotom, see if I can't find a little bit more information about their moveset, and then we can go from there. I'm just worried about a potential special variant, though I think they would be physical and the special mon would be torn. So let's see. Yep, I knew it. Perfect. Okay, so and they end up being Life Orb. I'm not entirely sure what special move option they have, so that's fine. I just need to figure out what my play is. Who am I going into? Or I think I just need to hit it, high key. So they end up being mixed with Triple Dive. Okay. That is fine by me. I think I try to recover here, and if they attack, okay, good. So I ended up getting a really good play out of that, so that's helpful. So Iron Moth comes in. This mon really only gets, like, I don't know, a poison move or like ice moves. So they Fiery Dance. Do they get the boost? They do. Kind of sucks, but not the end of the world. I can just go into Tapu Fini, and I have a Kebia Berry, so I can eat their hit. I'm not too crazy concerned about it. Yep, I eat, and then the Surf is going to do a lot. Perfect. And now I Thunderclap. Boom! Down goes Iron Moth. successfully diffused, and I don't think they were expecting that. So my Tapu Fini has already done an incredible job at diffusing one of their offensive threats as they go into attack booster Great Tusk. Gotta be a little careful with this one. I think I just have to hit it, and then I can go into Latios after. Yeah, I just kind of have to hit it as they reveal Gunk. Okay. Unfortunately, because I am a more defensive Lati, I can't really... I just have to Lumina Crash here, I think. I think the fun thing is that... Okay, so they go Samurott, which is fine. Now it is time. Oh my god, they are Dragon Dance. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes! Yes! Oh my god, the Quiver Dance Origin Pulse Overqwil. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, this is incredible. I just Sludge Wave, and they end up being bulk up, so probably an acrobatics type set. But at this point, like, I've already taken a lot from them. Like, no way. I cannot believe like, that worked out flawlessly to a T. And I thought about clicking QD again, honestly. But at this point, I think it's pretty hard for them to play. Only Qmons get it. Yeah, so... And because I evolved from Quillfish, I'm able to get Quiver Dance. And because I'm an Overqwil, I get Origin Pulse. Like, this is some tech. And I live. Oh my god, this is simply incredible. This is actually like the best thing ever. They go Jirachi to try and save it, but I have Dark Pulse, so unfortunate. Are you Scarf? They go Samurott. Do you have priority? They're really trying to save shit here. But yeah, at this point, I think I just ended up winning the game with this Overqwil set. Yep. Okay, that's our first win. Let's go. Good games to my opponent. I'm so happy this set worked out and that I was able to pull that out. Oh, when I saw that Quiver Dance Overqwil was actually, like, good, I was over the moon, and the fact that it did exactly what I needed it to do and just win the game is nuts. Like, that was actually insane. The crit on turn 16 on the Samurott did matter, by the way. They could have killed me there, but at that point, I still have a full health Megalopony. I still have a full health Ferrothorn. I still have a full health Latios, so I should be able to win from there. It's just unfortunate that the crit did end up happening, but aside from that, good lord. It is actually just the most insane set. So, good games to my opponent. I will see you all next week with the next match. Let's go!